Hey guys, Fred the Infredible here, and welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, Cedar Point is one of my favorite places to go to during the summertime, mostly. So today, I'd like to talk about the evolution of their souvenirs. Before I can go ahead and begin to talk about these souvenirs, I want you all to please do me a huge favor and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button so that way you can become part of the Infredible community. I want to try to hit at least 80,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And also, please be sure to ring the bell icon so that way you don't miss out on any future content that I come out with. Now, without any further ado, let's take a look at the evolution of Cedar Point souvenirs. Here's a fun fact. Now, for those of you who didn't know, Cedar Point was founded in the year 1870 during the Civil War by a German immigrant named Louis Zistel. It was originally meant to be an internment camp for Confederate officer prisoners who were transported via steamboat from the islands of Ohio to the Union prison on Sandusky Bay. The 1890s. Now, during the first 20 years since Cedar Point was established, people who came to the park would wear ribbons that showed where they came from, or in other words, they would say which city they were from. The 1930s. By the time photography became widely popular, people started to have their pictures taken at the rides at Cedar Point, like, for example, on the carousel in the Midway. Now, as time progressed over time, you could also not only have your pictures taken on the rides, but you could also own some of the parts of the rides as well, especially the old ones. Now, in regards to some of the rides at Cedar Point, like a lot of the old ones that were around before I was even born, you could own different parts of them. Like, for example, the Maverick, which was built in the year 2007, before I ever went there. For some people, they can also get parts of the rides, like, for example, the railing. The 2000s. By the year 2008, that was when Cedar Point introduced souvenirs based on the Peanuts franchise. And I didn't really go to Cedar Point until I was at least 10 years old, but ever since 2008, the Peanuts franchise has had a special incorporation within Cedar Point, including not only the rides for the small fries, but also different gift shops, like the Snoopy Boutique, for example. The 2020s. Now, beginning in the year 2022, Cedar Point started making exclusive Squishmallows based on the mascots of most of the rides, and you could only get them at the park itself. Now, if you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a while, then you may remember the video that I came out with last summer after I got back from my vacation last year, where I showed off everything that I got during my vacation last year. And one of those would be the Squishmallow of Wiener, the gatekeeper mascot. Now, in regards to some of the other souvenirs that you can find at Cedar Point, a lot of the older vintage products that you could get only at Cedar Point can be found at different antique stores now. And some of these would include ceramic mugs based on the rides, vintage plates, and even in maps that show where all the rides are. And that should just about do it for this particular video. If you guys enjoyed seeing me talk about the evolution of different Cedar Point souvenirs, please be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And also, if you guys could, please do me a huge favor and also go support me on Patreon. I'll leave that information linked down in the video description down below. And with that said, if you guys haven't seen the previous video that I came out with where I talked about the top 5 most creative Bob's Burgers collectibles I've ever seen, I'll also leave that video linked down in this video's description down below. And also, please be sure to follow me on my other social media: X, Instagram, Goodreads, and Threads. All of those will be down in the video description down below as well. But until next time, I will see you guys next time. Peace!